Hey guys, my name is Carlos Diaz, and I chose to do my book report on Primal Leadership, Unlocking the Power of Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman, Richard Boyatzis, and Annie McKee. Now, as the title might indicate, this book is really all about your emotional intelligence and your emotional maturity as a person and how it actually affects the people around you, whether you're a supervisor and people are, looking up to you for what they need to do, or whether you're just a coworker and a peer, and how what you bring to the table really affects others, whether you know it or not. Right off the bat, I was really dubious about this whole assignment. I wasn't looking forward to it. I didn't want to read a self-help book or anything like that, and I kind of did it with gritted teeth. But at the end of the day, I opened my mind a little bit. I read more and more, and I found this book to be incredibly relatable, actually very, very important in your daily life, whether it's at work or just with people that you run into. And I think it's a good read, and I think you should definitely look into it, or look up the summary, look up a synopsis, whatever you want to do. But it's definitely something that you should take a look at and take the day to read, which is it's only going to take a day. As I just said, this book is all about leadership and resonance and dissonance, which is kind of cool because one of the earlier modules we were talking about resonant leadership. And this is the book they were mentioning, Primal Leadership. And it's all about resonant leaders, dissonant leaders, why they act the way they act. And a lot of times we've all had bad bosses, we've all had good bosses. And this book kind of breaks it down why they are the way they are, why their actions mean something, why they're doing what they're doing, and it really explains a lot. They're not just a bad boss or like a bad person. Like, it really breaks it down. Like I said, you have a bad boss. We've all been there, and we've all just hated that shift. We've always tried to get rid of that shift. We're not looking forward to it. We're dragging our feet, and it's just the worst. They come in a huff and they blame other people, and it's just awful. And then we've had that good boss, and we don't know what makes them good. Maybe they're relatable, they're funny, whatever it is, but we love that shift. The time flies by. It's just a great time. And I think we all would rather be the good boss rather than the bad boss, but maybe that's just me. This book really dives into why they are the way they are, and it's kind of cool how they break it down. They say that these people are always emotionally intelligent, and the 4 things about being emotionally intelligent are being self-aware, self-management, then it's socially aware, and relationship management. So right from the get-go, you need to be self-aware. You need to be honest with yourself. You need to be reflective. You need to be thoughtful, which I thought was really cool because a lot of things in this class relate to this book a lot. So it was kind of a step-by-step, week-by-week. It kind of took me along with the book, which was really neat. The next one was self-management, and that one, as far as emotional intelligence, is just not having outbursts. It's just not... We've all had people who they've had a bad day, and they've had a bad day. They bring it to work, they bring it to class, whatever it is, and it's just not conducive to a positive environment. It's just not a good thing, not good vibes or anything like that. And I don't know. I don't know if anyone's had to argue with an angry person or try to. It doesn't work. You guys end up yelling at each other. It's just not a good thing. No one wins. It's awful. And I know I've been the angry person who has been had a cool-headed person come at me, and it just takes the wind out of your sail. It completely just diffuses the situation. It completely takes you down a notch, and that's what they're talking about, being able to self-manage, being able to control your emotions, be an adult, be able to take charge and really show people how it should be done and lead by example. The third one is socially aware, aka empathy. Now, empathy is obviously very important. We've all had those people who you can go to. You trust them. You know that they have your back. They're like a rock. They're sturdy. They're dedicated to what needs to be done. They're inspirational, and those are people who have empathy. Those are people who are socially aware of their coworkers, their people they're in charge of, their needs. They're people. They're not just a cog in the machine. And then on the flip side, we've all had those bosses who you just feel like a number to. You just feel like a number. You're just somebody. You're just an intern. You're just some random face that we don't even know the name to. And it's obviously not good for work morale or anything like that. So they kind of dive into the differences of the resonant leader who is socially aware and the dissonant leader who is not socially aware. The fourth one is relationship management. That is pretty self-explanatory. It's once you have mastery of your own feelings, once you are self-aware, you know who you are, your goals, and what you want, and then once you are aware of what other people want, you can start kind of tackling issues that need to be taken care of. So these are people who are persuasive. They can do conflict management. They can be the mediator for when people aren't getting along in the workplace, or if there's a sale that needs to be done, they can connect to people. They know what needs to be said. They know what needs to be done, and they are authentic, and you know that they mean what they say, and they say what they mean, which is the best kind of people. Now, some people would say, why should I get this book? Some people would say, I'm not going to buy this book. It's just another self-help book. And I'm telling you, it's very relatable. It's something that is important to read. And the next argument's like, I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not going to pay for it. It's $10. I'm a broke college kid. I don't want to do it. That could be my rent, my utilities, whatever, laundry. I don't know what you guys are all doing. But I will give you this book. I will give you this book. You let me know your address. I'll send it to you. You can come pick it up. I don't care. This book is important. It's something that's relatable to everybody. It's like $10. It's $10. You don't have $10. That's your Uber ride home. That's how you can skip it on Conrad's one night. That's like one bad date. You can spare $10. It's really not that bad. This isn't just some load of mumbo jumbo. This isn't something that's snake oil. This can really be related to everyday life. I took it to my workplace, and we all have that one coworker who we just don't get along with. We just don't click with. They're not a villain. They're not the worst person in the world. You're not the worst person in the world. I hope I'm not the worst person in the world. There's something that's just where wires are crossed, and this book really helps explain it. It really breaks it down, and it really just kind of takes a step back and helps you look at it from a third person point of view and see why people act the way they act, why they do what they do, and what can be done about it. This book just isn't pointing out the problems, it's giving solutions, which is awesome. A lot of times you get, this is what you did wrong, and that's it. This book says what's being done wrong, what can be done right, steps that can be taken to, remedy the situation. It just is a all-in-one solution, and it's just fantastic read. It can be done in a day. And like I said, just let me know where I need to send it, and it's yours. In conclusion, a great read. I was not about this assignment at all. I waited till halfway through the semester to even start reading it, and I'm glad I read it. I'm glad I didn't cop out on it. It was a great read, a great book. It really goes into dissonance and resonance, and it really talks about how what you're bringing to the table is important to everybody. It's important to everybody. Be that person who comes with a good attitude. Be that person who's optimistic. Be that person who comes just with good energy, and people are going to feel off that, and they're going to go off that, and be that leader who you look up to. We've all had that boss or that just coach, whatever it is. We've all had that person who we look up to. We've all had that person who just for whatever reason we admire. Maybe we don't know why, maybe we do know why, but be that person. And this book really helps you break it down. It really helps you see why they are the way they are, and it helps you better yourself, really. It's a great read. I highly recommend it. And like I said, send me an email. I will give you this book for free. I think it's that important. All right, thank you. Have a great night.